Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show, Brian and Sherry 4.0, episode number 16. Sherry, it's been 16 episodes so far, so it is Friday, thank God. So people are now joining us on Facebook Live. That is the best way to get in contact with the show, is to watch Facebook Live. So don't forget, facebook.com/Brian.SherryShow. And we're also on Spreaker. So, Sherry, how are you? Are you buried down there?
We are getting a lot of snow tonight, Brian, but, it doesn't stop us from doing an amazing show tonight. I'm very excited. We have a very special guest with us, and I hope everyone's just as excited as we are. We have Paul. Paul, would you say hi to everyone?
Hello, everyone.
You're with us now.
Hello.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Get a little bit of that feedback, but it's okay.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad. Okay, good.
Keep going, Sherry.
Okay. I'm just trying to eliminate. See, as soon as we get on Facebook, I get that feedback, but I think we're going to be okay. I just want to give a big shout out that today is actually Barbie Day. Isn't that strange? Barbie's been around for ever. I don't have an exact date, but I will look that up for everyone because, Barbie seems to have been around since the 60s, I think. Early 60s. And today is the day that we celebrate her. So if anyone out there has kids or collects Barbies, today is the day to celebrate it. So happy Barbie Day. But the funny one is it's actually Celebrate Your False Teeth Day as well. So I don't know. If you have false teeth, there you go. Celebrate it. Enjoy your false teeth.
Seriously?
So, Brett.
Okay.
I just think it's funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is funny.
I remember my grandfather had false teeth. Whenever he talked, they would shift around in his mouth, and I couldn't stand to look at him when he talked with them. So I laugh whenever I hear false teeth. But today's the day to celebrate that. So there you go, Grandpa.
Yeah. Fantastic. I'll remember that for when I have false teeth, that, March 9th is the day to celebrate. So, hello to everyone watching us on Facebook Live. Our usual suspects are watching us. We have Diane Pate and
Hi, everyone.
Sherry. Hello to Sherry. And Mark. Mark Labram is watching us. And I think a couple of people that are associated with our guest tonight are watching as well. So, hello and welcome. Deborah, excuse me. We have Vernon. My grandmother is watching, so hello to my grandmother. My aunt, James Wheeler, hello. Live from the Colonial. Oh, he's at the Colonial Theater? Is that where he is at, Sherry?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hello. And to Diane Pate. Diane Pate is watching us as well. So, hello to everyone. So, I'm still trying to dig myself out. We got 31 inches of snow from the last nor'easter that came through Wednesday night into Thursday. I was not happy about that. I had to drive from work, which is an hour's drive, during that snowstorm.
Right.
So I was not very happy about it. I can tell you that. Author Daniel Payton is also live watching us, live from my living room, he says. Awesome. Hello to Daniel. We have Lori. Lori is telling us, Sherry, that Barbie is 59 years old. She was born in 1959. Wait a minute. 1959.
Wow. Thanks, yeah. Lori, for giving us that information. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and Bill Middlebrook. Hello to Bill. So our numbers keep going up as usual. So yeah, but anyways, so some exciting news before we start talking to Paul here. I am transferring to a different location for my other job, so I will no longer be working in the Stockbridge area. I have mixed feelings about it, Sherry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where will you be going? going closer, I hope.
I will be going 5 minutes closer to my house instead of an hour's drive. So
Wow.
yeah, for those who don't know, I am, the assistant manager for one of the mobile gas stations in Stockbridge, Massachusetts. So now I'm going to be going to North Adams, Massachusetts, which is even closer. So.
Wow, that's good though.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. So I just met the new manager tonight, so I'm very excited. So yay, there's my exciting news. other than snow. So. I hope you didn't have to drive in it, Sherry. Did you go out at all, or did you?
I did. Yeah, I've been around all day today. I've had a lot of errands to do, and yeah. It hasn't been bad, though. I mean, the roads are pretty clear down here. Although at one point, we're hitting a lot of the sleet was coming down and the hail, and it was getting kind of scary. But, the ground is still pretty warm, so it melted right away. I cannot stand these potholes. I did put up a little short video. It's like playing a video game as you're driving down the road. You're trying to swerve around these potholes because I tell you, if you hit one, you're going to have major problems with your car. Pittsfield really needs to pick up their act and start filling these holes in or something, because it's terrible to drive out there right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said before, if you just pull over and you watch people drive on certain roads, it actually looks like everyone's driving drunk. So we're all swerving and trying to avoid them, but I don't have to worry about that anymore. So hopefully, starting Thursday, I won't have to worry about driving through Pittsfield anymore. So, but I have my own set of potholes up here that I need to worry about. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think everyone here is anxiously awaiting for us to start talking to Paul here.
I am too. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well,
I'm pretty pumped.
Yeah. And Sherry, this was, you pretty much booked this guest, booked Paul, so. Right.
Once again, Paul Oleynick, welcome to the show tonight. We're really excited to have you join us.
I'm so excited to be with Brian and Sherry.
Just so you guys know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say that's my best groove voice from Despicable Me, so I hope I'm not despicable.
It's great. It is fabulous. Now, Paul, you're a voice artist is what they call you, correct?
That is correct. A voice artist and talent as well. I'm also an actor as well, professional.
Oh, awesome. Now, can you give us, tell us some things you've done so people can look?
Oh, okay. Well, where should I begin? The very beginning?
Sure. I mean, take it wherever
All right,
you want.
well,
we want to learn you, so.
It started in a galaxy far, far away. No, seriously. I started acting when I was 16 in high school, and when I was 18, I decided to skip my grad and go down to New York City and enter a television commercial competition, which I won in 1988 for reading a Cadillac commercial.
Oh.
So there you go. That was my first start, and then I slowly made my way into broadcast school, the National Institute of Broadcasting, and meanwhile I was working and acting on the side and doing theater, and then I auditioned for my first television channel called MTN, the Manitoba Television Network, and auditioned by doing the voice of a dog, and his name was Ralph. It was for a half an hour show. It was a half an hour show on recycling, for one of the first recycling shows that won an award, and I played Ralph the dog, and he sounded sort of like this. Oh, that sounds familiar. That smells familiar. Yeah, that's just Ralph the dog. There you go. So that's a little bit of history for you. And then I went for a general audition for the Manitoba Television Network, and I did a whole bunch of VOs for them. I did a whole bunch of character voices like Jack Nicholson and Yoda, for instance. Jack Nicholson. Son, you want answers? You can't handle the truth. We got walls here. Yoda, for instance.
You seek Yoda. Judge me by my signs, do you? Where you should not.
So that's how I landed my first gig in television, and I started to cut the movie trailers for the Manitoba Television Network and direct talent, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And then I was doing that acting for a long time, and I directed a professional play called Talk Radio at the Prairie Theatre Exchange in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, otherwise known as Winterpeg. And it went over really well. I had some actors from films in that play, and I actually had a disc jockey play the main role, and his name was Kelly Parker, and he did a wonderful job, and it was hailed as a professional production. So that was really a lot of fun. I got to produce, direct, do voiceovers for it, do a little bit of everything. And then, as my career started to take off, they opened a little channel called A Channel Calgary, and I helped launch that channel. And I was sleeping on a sofa bed in Sport Active TV because their equipment wasn't working properly, and we had to go live on the air. And so I was creating all the promotions for the channel, and they were having glitches and everything else. And I was working like 16 to 24-hour days trying to get the channel launched. And then we launched the channel, A Channel Calgary. And I was still doing promotional trailers. I started doing news promotions as well, and image spots. And I managed to write, produce, and direct a segment for the morning show, which was called The Big Breakfast, which we did a whole bunch of SCTV-like skits and stuff like that in the morning, and it went really over well with the audience at home. And I did a presentation and presented it to the board of directors of the CanPro Canada, and won my first CanPro Gold for excellence in broadcasting across Canada. So that was my first accolade. And then my second accolade was for an Ooh La La spot out of City TV. City TV out of Toronto produced a show called Ooh La La, and I did a spot for it. It was more of a riskier spot, and it went over well, and it received a Gold Ribbon Award as well. And then after that, I landed my first gig. I was applying for other positions out in the States where you guys are, and I managed to get flown down for an interview for a job out at a Warner Brothers affiliate called. It was a Sacramento station. It was an NBC and Warner Brothers Association affiliate. Mm-hmm. It was called KQCA, if I remember correctly. They flew me down for an interview, fed me a turkey sandwich, and they basically wanted to hire me on the spot, but my green card did not go through in time, so that job got put on hold, and I was pretty depressed after that. And then I applied for a position out in Edmonton for Movie Central Canada, which is all of Western Canada. It's a movie channel, sort of like HBO. And they flew me in for an interview out there. And I went for an interview, and they put me up in a hotel for about a month until I got settled. And then I helped launch Movie Central, which was all of Western Canada, and did national spots as well for all of Canada as well. Write and produce for John Candy spots, Madonna spots, a whole bunch of things. So I did some national spots there. And meanwhile, while I was doing that, the creative department in the television channel would hire me to do voiceovers and spots on the sides as well. So still did a little bit of acting. And while I was in Calgary, I had the pleasure of doing a movie with Sam Elliott. Remember him from Roadhouse, and what else was he in? He's in some series now on Netflix, but he's been in a lot of movies. He's been in The Hulk and stuff like that. And Sam Elliott, I was about 3 feet away from him in a scene for a movie called You Know My Name, and so it was a pretty exciting time there. So that's one of my film credits. And then shortly after that, Movie Central kind of collapsed and moved to Toronto, and they said, apply for your job. So I said, screw this. I decided not to move. I decided not to move to Toronto. I didn't want to move to Toronto. If I would have moved anywhere, it would have been New York City because I love New York City. But so I went back and revisited radio, and I moved to Portage la Prairie and was on the air on the radio for a little while out in Portage la Prairie. I produced the spots, and I also voiced them as well. And I was an on-air personality on the radio. And then lo and behold, my parents fell ill, so I moved back to Calgary, Alberta, Canada, here where I'm at right now. And that was back in April. And just recently got an agent out here in Calgary. Her name is Tracy Woloschuk, and she's from Dark Horse Talent Management. And if you're interested in hiring me, here goes the plug here, eh? Here goes the plug. I've got her number here. It's 403-870-2139, and she can be reached also at Dark Horse Talent Management, Tracy at darkhorsetalentmanagement.com, and management is abbreviated. So there you go. She's my agent. I have an IMDb profile. I do audiobooks for a living now. I'm the voice of Fluffy the Monkey from the UK, which sell on Amazon and iTunes throughout the world. And the latest gig that I've done was doing a voiceover for Save Jammu. That's my latest one that I'm doing. It's a sci-fi thriller. It's from the same author, but it's more like an adult story than a children's story. But I can do you a Fluffy the Monkey voice. Let me see if I can do you a Fluffy the Monkey voice. Hello, I'm Fluffy the Monkey. Hello, I'm Fluffy the Monkey, and I like to rhyme. This is my friend Crocodile. Hello, Fluffy. How are you? I do all the voices and all the characters for Fluffy the Monkey, which is very popular in the UK. And there's even Fluffy the Monkey boxer shorts and other things like mugs, coffee mugs, and shirts, T-shirts, paraphernalia, the whole works. So Fluffy the Monkey, very popular in the UK and available on Amazon and iTunes. And you can hear my voice on that. Plus, you can hear my voice on Draw Your Own Adventures, the Compendium, also a book by Philip R. Harrison, and working on a book for Odessa Gillespie Black out of the States. She writes more of the romance, sci-fi, science fiction type romantic thrillers for teenagers. And I'm working on a book called Tortured Soul for her right now. It's a full novel. And her name is Odessa Gillespie Black. You can Google her. And also, that's due at the end of this month, so I got to get my act together. Plus, I'm doing the other audiobook. Plus, I just got signed on to do the audiobooks for... somebody's calling me at the wrong time. That's okay. I can't take it right now. But anyways, the audiobooks for Susie Singh, who is the Susie Singh is the, I love that melody, don't you?
Yes.
Susie Singh is the director of Replicant, and she's also the director of Made in Chinatown. She's a big Hollywood producer, and she's Sunny Singh is the star, the action star. He's an international Taekwondo champ. And he's sort of going to be the next Steven Seagal out there, and he's acted with he knows Schwarzenegger, he knows Stallone, he knows them all, and he knows like some of the biggest action stars. And he's a good friend of mine, and he actually resides in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So there you go. He's hooked me up with the director Susie Singh, who is now giving me the opportunity to read her audiobooks she's just got to adapt them into a screenplay. And I'll be doing her audiobooks throughout the world as well. And plus I'm going to be working on her movies coming up. And that's thrilling. And that's not all the news I have this week, though. It's just keeps coming in a plethora. So I'm excited about that, to work with Susie Singh. She's like I said, she's out of the UK, out of Manchester, and she shoots her movies in London, New York, all over the place, all over the globe. So you can check out her films online at IMDb, and also and a big plug and a big shout goes out to Sunny Singh, who's probably listening in tonight to this live broadcast. My brother Sunny Singh. Also coming up. I will be hosting an international television show. Actually, I'm going to be one of the judges on an international television show out of Orlando, Florida. There's a talent search going on right now, and it's for the Radio and TV Entertainment Network, and they have hired me on to do. I know Brian's shrugging. I'm serious here. It's next March. It's March 19th next year.
Yeah.
2019, if you're familiar with it, in Orlando, Florida, and I'll be one of the guest judges. So that's going on, and starting April 10th, I'll be a special guest on the podcast host. Radio, TV, Entertainment, AM/FM show with co-host Benjamin Adams, management of marketing of SAG-AFTRA and Grammy Museum, and Heidi Yvette of season 6 TV series The Game and BET Awards show, as well as Steve Harvey's women's clothing line model. I'll be a model for them.
Wow.
So that's all that's going on with it. That's just within this week. So that's and I can do some imitations for you.
Oh my goodness.
Whoever you want, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Wow, well, you certainly are a busy person.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week.
What's your most favorite character? Oh, sorry.
My favorite character is Christopher Lloyd.
Okay.
I'll do a clip from Back to the Future. Einstein hit the time circuits on the new DeLorean. That's a long story, Marty. We gotta go back to the future, future boy. Okay,
awesome.
what else do you want to hear? You want to hear Kermit the Frog?
Sure.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here with our special guest, Mr. Brian and Sherry. It's the Brian and Sherry Show, yay! Okay, who else? Scooby-Doo. Raggy, Uncle Scoob.
Wow.
Okay, Rick Moranis from Ghostbusters. Okay, who brought the dog, eh? I can get salmon for $16.99 a pound. That's good financial sense. Okay, where's my brother Doug, eh?
Yeah, that's him.
That's great.
So, I don't know. Who else do you want me to do? Jimmy Stewart, Johnny Carson, Jack Nicholson, I've already done for you.
Joe Pesci.
Okay. Bad cop, good cop, all right? All right? Spider, go get me a drink, all right? Okay? Friggin' Spider.
That is awesome. Awesome. Now, I'm letting everyone know, too, we're going to have you do some voiceover for us. We're going to have you do a few openings for the Brian and Sherry Show, and
Absolutely.
so they'll be listening to you. Yeah.
I would be honored to do that for
This
you.
would be awesome.
I could put on my best radio voice if you want. I could do the radio thing like you guys do. I could just do my radio voice.
Okay.
This is the Brian and Sherry
Let's hear it.
Show live every week on Facebook. Check it out. Unbelievable. There you go. That's my radio voice.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Otherwise, I can do it in Don Pardo's voice, like is in Saturday Night Live. It's Saturday Night Live with special guest host, Mr. Sherry and Gary. Sorry, I'm screwing up now. All right. It's the Brian and Sherry.
It sounds just like him, too.
Yeah, it's Don Pardo. This is Saturday Night Live with special guests, Sherry and Brian.
I actually like that one.
I love it.
Yeah.
I was first that time, Brian. I love it.
You were first.
We
yes.
we do have a request from one of our listeners
Okay.
She's asking if you could do Jimmy Stewart again.
Bert, you know me, Bedford Falls. Merry Christmas, Bedford Falls. Bert.
There you go, Diane. It's great. It's great. You're getting a lot of thumbs up.
Who else would you like me to do? Let me do the Chicken Hawk from Let Me At Him, Uncle Scoob, I'll split him. Scrappy Doo. That was Scrappy Doo.
Oh, yeah.
How about Foghorn Leghorn? I say, a boy. After a boy. I'm a chicken hawk, Dad. I'm a chicken hawk.
That's great. Wow. That brought back a lot of memories. Can you do Bugs Bunny, too?
What's up, Doc? Carrots are so divine, but it doesn't for a dime. It's magic. What's up, Brian and Sherry?
I love it. That's my favorite one so far. That one and Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Now, Daniel...
We're getting a request from Dan Payton, wondering if you could do Morgan Freeman.
Oh, I can't do Morgan Freeman. No, I can't do him.
Okay.
I can try.
Anyone else?
Anybody? Give me a different request. I'm trying to work on Michael Caine. He's a tough one to do. Michael Caine.
I gotta ask you.
Yes, go ahead, shoot.
Have you ever gone up to like a drive-up window and like used one of your funny voices?
I've done some prank calls when I was little. I used to call into the radio station as Vinnie Barbarino. So I'll do Vinnie Barbarino for you. I'll spend hours on my hair and you mess it. Why? I get queasy. Oh, Mr. Carter, what's going on here? I'm John Travolta. Don't you understand? Why? Grease is the word.
Oh, that's great.
So
can I just borrow you for?
Yeah, no.
For like a day.
No, you can borrow them. You can borrow them some other time. So my question is you do audiobooks, and I mean, Sherry and I, we've had authors like Daniel Payton here. We've had challenges where, we've challenged our authors that have been on our show to write these short stories with Sherry and I as the main characters. We can't die. It doesn't matter what the genre was or anything. But somehow we always end up in fantasy or science fiction recently. But we've always said, we would love for our books to be read by, and to be, how do I even want to put this? Be an audiobook.
Well,
but
yeah.
My question is what do you have to do to prepare to read a book, like to get into like the characters or how they're expressing, how do you do all that? Like
I just do it. It comes automatically to me. I don't know. I can read. I can do the characters. I can slip from one character to the next instantly.
See, I don't know if I would be able to do that because I joke around with Daniel and because he's written 3 books so far. With us as the main characters, and I've joked.
I'd love to voice them for you. If you wanted me to.
He's looking for someone to to do that. They're available on what do you want to call it, Amazon and all that stuff, and but I've joked with Sherry because I've said I don't know why we can't just read our own parts. But the problem is you have all these other characters in the book that,
Right, plus narration as well, yeah.
Right. I mean, I may just be the voice on the radio, but I'm no match for when it comes to audiobooks. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you how I tackled one the other day, okay? This is what I did. For the screenplay for Save Jammu by Philip R. Harrison, what I did is because it was a screenplay, I read all the narration bits first and the sighs and the pops and the slops and the chops. And I read those first and I recorded them on one track. And then I went to the second track and then I recorded the VOs of all the characters. And I just did them back to back. And then I go back into the edit suite and then I edit them. Mm-hmm. Wow. And it takes a long time to edit, but it's so you intertwine your narration voice with your character voices and intertwine them all together to have a finished product. So it does take a lot of time, but it is well worth it in the long run. But the tricky part is when you get phone calls, when you're recording at home and you get a phone call in between your recording, and then you have to edit that out, and it takes twice as long. But, family and friends do give you a call every once in a while.
That's true. Now, what do you do when you do you have problems pronouncing certain things, like in the book? Because
sometimes I do. I get a hookup every once in a while, and I repeat myself. But I mean, that's the beauty part of editing, right? You can edit it out and nail it until you get it right.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like if I said the word bibliotech or something, if I went bibliotech, then I would edit that, and then finally get the word and isolate it and fix it. But it's a pain in the butt in the edit suite. But you do the best you can. That's all you can do, right?
Right.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure, because I mean, there's technobabble out there that some of these science fiction authors use, and it's like, I don't even know what that word is.
Well, I was fighting with the word Persephone yesterday. I didn't know whether it was Persephone or Persephone.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I still have to check with the author on that one. But anyways, I'll do another little character voice for you. Here's from Bugs Bunny. You remember the alien? Marvin the Martian?
You're making me very, very angry.
There you go.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah. There you go. So I can do some more voiceovers for you if you want, or some real character voices. I'd be very honored, though, to do your intros for you in characters each week. I'd flip it around for you if you want. And it's all gratis on the house.
Fantastic.
That is really great.
We do have questions coming in, though, from Facebook Live, so I'm just going to ask you some of these questions, because Daniel, even though I was just talking about it, he says, do you ever contact the author or / publisher to ask for how to pronounce things, such as the name of the land in the... Yeah, I don't even know how you say that, Dan. Like the land in the Winter Wizard. The Winter Wizard is the name of the first book that he wrote for us.
Okay.
I don't even know how to pronounce that. He's going to have to see this later.
Usually...
It's spelled... Do you want me to spell it?
No, don't even try.
Let's see if he can get it. Oh, okay.
I could tell you what usually happens anyways in regards to they send me a draft of their script, but they spell it out phonetically. So usually the words are done phonetically. So I know the pronunciations, because some of them are tricky. Yep. Some of them are made up words. They're just, jargon. So,
right. But
if that answers your question, that's what I have to do. I just have to go by the notes of the author, and I do speak to them, and I do talk to them on Facebook, and I haven't talked to them on the phone personally, but I do talk to the authors.
Okay. And Daniel also says, what about female characters?
Softer voice.
Oh. Softer
voice, yeah. Just a lighter voice, sort of soft like this. Hi, Brian and Sherry. It's okay. Everything will be all right.
Okay. All
yeah,
right. So it's Johanna Nanda.
It's sort of like Schwarzenegger. Yeah, first you pull it out until you hear the crunch.
Yeah, right. I'm learning, Dan. I'm learning. Does anybody else have any other questions? Any other characters that you can think of that he may do? Just shout them out on Facebook. Sharon?
Do you ever confuse your characters when you're trying to do something?
When I'm trying to do something? What do you mean, like daily activities?
Like if you're trying to do like Kermit the Frog, you mix it up with like another character that you do by accident. Like, have you ever done?
Some are pretty close to each other, right? They're very similar in sound. like like Kermit the Frog and Yoda are very close to each other.
Right.
But I can do them back to back. I'll show you. Here's the.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here with our special guest, Mr. Jay-Z Chicken Ball.
But anyways, and then I'll do Yoda.
Yoda, you seek Yoda. Judge me by my size, do you? Where you should not.
So it's close, but it's as long as you know where you're coming from character wise.
Right. Right. Do you make up any voices of your own that are really unique?
Yeah, I create accents in my own voices as well, my own character voices.
I could hear when you did the fluffy monkey that it sounded like you had like an English accent sort of in there.
Yes, I had to put on an English accent for the UK books.
Oh, okay. Do you have to do that when you do voiceover for books? Do you ever
Yeah, sometimes I have to put on an English accent, so I'll just speak into an English voice. I'll just speak English, classic English. So whatever you ask me, I'll speak to you in proper English. So that's it. The Queen's High English, or whatever, or I'll do a Monty Python type voice. Monty Python's flying circus. And you remember the Faulty Towers, the series? I can do the Major from him, from Faulty Towers. Faulty! I knew one once. Where'd you get that moose?
That's great. That is really good. I like that one. That was great.
Anybody else? Oh. Come on, people. Got all these people watching.
How many people are watching? How many does it appear?
Well, it fluctuates because with Facebook Live, I've noticed that it will show you a number at the top of the screen. Those are people that are interacting and commenting during.
Right.
So right now it keeps fluctuating from 10 to 9, and then it goes up. But people who do not interact with, like make comments and stuff like that, there's a secret number. So when we always turn off Facebook Live and we're done, it'll say you had 72 views, and then for some reason it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up. It's like, well,
right.
Where were those 72 people when I was, but
yeah.
So
that's interesting. That's interesting. I always found it.
Yeah.
What did you say, Sherry?
I was going to say, so far I can go back and look and see how many views we've had.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. I trust you. I'm sure all the people in Calgary, Alberta, Canada are rooting me on tonight, and I appreciate that out there.
In fact, we love Canada because we our voiceover person who I used to have do our shows when we were on Blog Talk Radio. I used him for 3 years straight, and Josh McClellan was his name.
Yeah.
He also is a podcaster or radio show up there somewheres. So we got that, and then for some reason, every time, because we do affiliates, so we have GameStop and Microsoft and Best Buy, and we have all those connected with our show and stuff, which goes onto our website, and people can shop right from our website.
Right,
yeah. For some reason, we always get Canada-based companies, and I have no idea. Like Walmart. Walmart on our website is Walmart Canada. We have Canada Pet Care.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah, we've done so much with them. So what was the latest one? I can't remember. Canada.
PetSmart?
I don't have PetSmart, unfortunately. They turned me down. I don't know why. So, but yeah, it's funny because it's Microsoft Canada, it's Walmart. Right? Yeah, our sponsors pretty much are affiliates. Yeah.
Right.
So,
yeah.
It's always Canada.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I worked with a man called Earl Mann. He was the voice of David. He was in a commercial with David Letterman. His name was Earl Mann. I directed him. And he's on my demo reel, actually. His voice is on there. He introduces me on my demo reel. And he worked with David Letterman, did a commercial for the NFL. and David Letterman was whispering in his ear, and he said, "I like cranberries." And that was it. It was just a hoot, anyways. And then I have a tie to Paul Schaefer as well. Paul Schaefer I used to do some accounting work for a place called Domo Gasoline Corporation in Winnipeg, and the president of the company was close friends with Paul Schaefer. Paul Schaefer used to call our office all the time. And so it's a small world, 6 degrees of separation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to go to Winnipeg.
Winterpeg, they call it.
Yeah.
Winterpeg.
Yeah.
You know that some of the writers from The Simpsons are from Winnipeg.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. Homer Simpson, how many times do you have to tell that boy?
Have you ever tried to get onto shows like that? Like Seth MacFarlane?
I haven't tried. I'd love to do some cartoon work, but nobody's offered me it.
Well, tell that agent of yours to.
Well, she's working on it. She's a good agent. She's really good.
Good.
Her name again is Tracy Wallace-Chuck, and she's tuning in from Calgary, Alberta, Canada tonight. And you can give her a call at 870-2139, area code 403. There you go. Tracy, thank you for tuning in. She's a great agent, and she's got me lots of stuff. Very supportive, and even going to be at my wedding. So there you go.
That's right. You're getting married. I saw that. Yes. Congrats.
Congratulations. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I heard she's in the States.
She is in the States. She's moving to Calgary.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're going to get married at Stampede time. The Calgary Stampede, the greatest outdoor show on earth.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to get married on July 20th.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic.
Well, best wishes for both of you.
Thank you. It's coming up pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll go by real fast. It sounds like you got everything planned out, though.
Well, starting, we just picked the date today, so that was the official date we picked today was the 20th. We worked on the date together, and so we're shooting towards that, and it's exciting. Yeah, it's really exciting. My parents are a little bit trepidatious, but that's how parents are. But otherwise, it's going to be good. I think it's going to really work out well. She's from Texas, so she's from Texas, and so yeah. I'm excited. New chapter in my life.
Nice. Now, have you ever considered moving to the United States?
Well, if I got my Class 1 visa for acting, I would move to the States, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I haven't had the opportunity to get that yet. But that might be in the works with that big radio and TV thing I'm doing down in Orlando. So
Nice.
So
Wow.
that might open some doors up to that, because I'm non-union right now. I'm not ACTRA, and I'm not SAG. I'm not any of those. I'm not affiliated with anybody right now. Just my agent right now. So I'm a free agent, which is good because I can do what I want to do. So, but it's good to be part of the unions as well too. There's pros and cons of both, right? So.
Right. Definitely. No, if you did, you'd probably be moving closer to Florida. You're saying?
Yeah. If I had my class 1 visa, either Florida or California, I guess.
Right. I know that Georgia has really picked up a lot for. It's like the Eastern Hollywood.
Oh, really?
What's
Oh,
happening.
that's good to know. I didn't know that. Yeah. So we got a lot of work out there, eh? Okay.
A lot down in
yes.
Atlanta, Georgia. Yep.
How many people are in Georgia? About a couple million?
There's a lot. I know Atlanta, Georgia is huge, and they have we know, Brian and I know a couple people. I had an old co-host that actually picks up a lot of acting jobs in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
I was
So,
supposed. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that Tyler Perry, that's where his studio's out of too. So.
Oh yeah, Tyler Perry. Yeah, I'm familiar with him. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they do a lot of movies out of Atlanta, Georgia. It's funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know for future reference, for sure. For sure.
And of course, with Florida having Disney right there, you do so many great voices that is owned by Disney. You know, all their studios are there as well. So
Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse.
it's right
Mickey
in
Mouse.
Florida.
Pluto. Where's Pluto?
Yeah, I'd love to do voiceovers for Disney.
Can
Just
you do Goofy?
Goofy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So some of them I just have to create on the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I practice something long enough, I can nail it. Like I've been working on the Gru voice, like I did for you earlier. But who else am I working on right now? I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. As they come.
Peyton looked up a census for the people living in Georgia, and he wrote 10.31 million according to the census.
31 million. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Thanks,
so that's
Dan.
lots of work out there then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
Right.
that's good to know. But I think I love Canada. I have a affinity for Canada. I do. If I can stay in Canada, I will.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's my, it is cold winters and hot summers, but it's the four seasons, right? Beautiful
Right.
Beautiful mountains out here in Calgary, so I can't complain. And I got Banff just around the corner, which is the Banff International Film Festival, and some of the big Hollywood bigwigs come out to that, and so I'm very fortunate to be in a cosmopolitan town called Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So, yeah. And I highly recommend anybody who's in the States listening to your show to come visit sometime. Come visit me in Calgary. Look me up.
There we go, Brian. There's our next trip for Brian and I.
There you go.
I used to live
There we
in.
go, Brian.
Yeah, well, as a child, I used to live in Canada. I think I lived there for 6 months. I was very small. I lived in Quebec, so I know all about the weather and the culture difference, and they call certain things different than we do, and stuff like that. So and the food. So I don't know how it is now, but I think it was potatoes. We always had potatoes on the table or something. Eat a lot of potatoes, I think it was in the wintertime, no less.
Yeah,
so,
a lot of potatoes, that's for sure.
I love potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely visit Canada. I've never really experienced Canada, so that would be pretty.
Have you ever been to Alberta? I have
not. No.
No. How about BC?
Nope.
Never saw the mountains either one.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I know they're beautiful. I've seen pictures. And,
it's beautiful. Yeah.
And a lot of there's a show on the Hallmark Channel that I'm watching, and they film from Canada. I'm not sure where.
Yeah, they did. They do. They do a lot of Christmas movies from here, Canada.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I hate the Hallmark Channel at Christmas time. So.
Oh, come on. Bah humbug, Cratchit.
I know it.
Bah humbug, Cratchit.
It's my favorite character.
What, Mr. Scrooge?
I love Scrooge. I love the Grinch. I love
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah.
You're a nasty, nasty man. Mr. Grinch.
Yep.
Mr. Grinch.
That's him.
Sorry, I'm going off on tangents here.
No, it's
And,
great.
who's the other one? Oh, Scrooge McDuck. That's my favorite.
Scrooge McDuff?
McDuck.
McDuck?
You know
Scrooge
who that
McDuck.
is. Do you know who that is?
Does he speak in a Scottish accent? Doesn't he, or
Yes,
something?
that's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
Now,
see?
now take off your jockey's love. That's my Irish accent.
This guy.
Scrooge.
That's him.
Oh yeah. He's that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So. Well, it's pretty cool. We've had Sherry, if I remember, we had somebody that did voices. I know that. I can't remember what season that was.
Was a comedian, I believe, he had on, right?
Yeah, I think he was a comedian. I hope he was a comedian. I can't remember who he was, but he did voices.
Paul,
but not
you
as near,
do amazing.
yeah, not nearly as good as you. So.
Oh, thank you. I'm flattered to be.
Hopefully.
I'm very flattered and honored to be on your show, guys. I really am. I really am happy that you could have me and have me on the show this week. I'm very humbled.
You're the first guest of the season.
Am I?
Yes, number one, Uno.
Oh wow! Here comes another call, and I can't take. Well, let's see if I can take this one. It's my cousin. Maybe he'll ask a question here. Hang on a second. Hey, John, how you doing?
Hey, are you on the air yet?
I'm on the air. You can speak at the same time here. You have a question? You have a question for our host here, or for me? I know they have. It's actually live. It's actually live on the Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know where I don't know where people.
We're live right now.
I don't know where people are getting the Blog Talk information from, so that's pretty bad if it's still out there.
Can you hear him okay? Brian, can you hear my cousin okay?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay. Yeah, so, I don't know what to say. Thank you for calling in. No, you don't need to yell. We can hear you perfectly clear, right, Brian?
Yes.
Okay. The show's going good. It's been almost an hour now we've been chatting, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's your cousin's name?
John, right? John.
Yeah, we got a few more minutes anyways. So,
Hi,
Brian, do you usually get people to call in via Skype as well?
No, we usually don't. Normally what happened... Well, I mean, when we had the Blog Talk Radio, and that's probably where you said the 347 number, which we used to do a while back, actually last year, or last season, we used Blog Talk for the first 3 years, and then we had issues with it. But we would have people call in and ask us random questions or try to enter into a contest that Sherry and I were having.
I'm just listening to what Brian's saying here.
Yeah, and if people had questions for the guests, they could call in. That was their best bet of having their questions answered and stuff like that. But now everything is like Facebook Live and live this and live that. So we do everything on Facebook Live. That way they can interact with us. I can see comments real time. They can see me real time. But if they do want to call in, then they can Skype in or whatever. So yeah, it just
the number used to work at one time, right, Brian? Is that correct?
It did work.
It was a different show. He said.
Yeah, I don't know where they got the information from, considering I've changed all the information on
every site. Well,
you're
live right now, bud.
Yes, I can hear them, yep.
I think it comes up on our link, Brian.
I hope not.
Yeah, it's been great so far.
Oh, no.
I did. Is there a voice that you want me to do, John, before I go? A blue, 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 blue Christmas without you, Mr. Trump. Blue, 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 blue Christmas without you. Blue, 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 blue Christmas. Hey, who brought the pork rinds?
Is he the one that tried calling you earlier?
Oh, there goes my phone as well. So I'm gonna have to let you go, John. Okay, thanks for calling in. I'm still on, Brian. Sorry about that. Now I got my other phone going off the hook as well.
You're a busy man.
Yeah. That's the folks calling now.
Okie dokie. I'm on the way.
Oh boy, it's been a family affair here. This is great. This is awesome. Thanks. Okay, we'll talk to you later, John. Cheers. Okay, Brian, are you still there?
I am, yes.
You could hear them okay?
I can hear John talking and somebody on the answering machine.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure whether you could hear it all the same because your voice was a little bit muffled at the time.
Oh.
I could still hear you, but I couldn't hear you as well. But I could hear the other voices a lot clearer. You know what I mean? But now you're crystal clear again.
Oh, perfect. Good.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
But it's good. It makes it interesting. It makes it live, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's all right.
I
Well,
think
we apologize that our number's not working for these people who are trying to get in.
They're trying to call in. You're
your
trying to
phone,
call in your show.
That's it.
I apologize. I don't know where. I hope that's not coming up on any link because I've made sure that any site
It was
that-
on.
Go
It
ahead.
was on the link that when I produced my promo, that 19-second promo that I was telling you about.
Okay.
The phone number was on the link.
Yeah.
So where did you get the
It still comes
phone
up
number?
I got it from your website, your Facebook page.
Facebook page. What?
Yeah,
The Facebook page, right?
it was pre-packaged, so I could stick in visuals and my own sound effects and everything. You'll see when you watch the 19-second spot. Go ahead, take a look at it right now. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Because I remember you posting something last week, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was a week prior. 1 week prior, I posted a 19-second spot.
All right, let me
Oh, that was like a video, right?
It's a video,
I know
yeah.
what you're talking about now. It comes up in yellow writing, Brian, to where we had done a video
Okay. All right.
in the past. The phone number is on that. Unfortunately, it's still in the.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
People saw that, yeah,
Gotcha.
because he shared it, so people are getting the old video number.
Oh, well, I'm so upset now because I would have loved to have talked to whoever was going to be calling in. Oh,
That's okay. That was just my cousin. He got to call in anyways. He gave us a call, so that's
yes.
good.
Thanks, John, for calling in.
That's John Howden. John Power Howden. There's a name and a half.
Oh, there's the video. Wait, is that the video? Oh, yes, it is.
See?
Oh,
Yeah.
so you were taking tidbits of a video.
Of you guys, yeah, and
Oh.
packaging it
Gotcha.
to promote the show, to promote your show. It was all in good. It was all in good taste,
Yes.
and I even voiced it. I even did the voiceover for it.
Oh.
What's up, Doc?
Hold on here. I gotta start from the beginning. Oh, this
Beginning, yeah.
is one Sherry
On
made.
the Brian and Sherry Show, Paul Oleynick, voice artist and award-winning talent. What's up, Doc? We want answers.
Oh, call live. Oh, and that's not even the right website either.
Oh no! I tried.
But that's okay because that website still technically works. There's nothing wrong with it, but we transitioned to a different website and stuff. So,
If I
but
would have spoke to you a week before, I would have had the right packaging.
I didn't see this video only because I've been busy working. So I'm usually not on the show Facebook, that much. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But how did it look? It looked good though. Didn't it look slick?
yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. It sounded good too. I love listening to that.
Thank you. Well, I just tried to get you more viewers for your show. That's all I was trying to do.
Definitely.
No, we
definitely.
appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, so all my friends saw that anyway, so a good 5,000 people anyway.
Wow.
It's great.
Well, I mean, if we have to get the word out somehow, we'll just make sure to attach Paul's name to the post so that, another 5,000 people can see it. So
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Doesn't
More
hurt.
people, the better.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Another phone call.
Uh-oh.
Can we take this one?
Sure.
Okay, just a second here. John, how you doing? Sorry about that. Did you? Oh, yeah. So did you finally find it on Facebook though?
He can't find me? Is that what's happening?
Oh, okay. But you found the live video though.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, can you see me live now? I'm on the air right now on the Brian and Sherry Show. What's the website, Brian?
No, it's on Facebook. Facebook.com.
That's okay. It's not your fault.
Paul, I just sent you the link. Paul, I just sent you the link to your private message to this show. So maybe you can share it with John.
I should put some Canadian rock and roll on in the background.
So, Brian, what is the website? What is the actual Facebook fan page where it's live?
So it's facebook.com/Brian.Sherry Show.
Oh, okay. He just broadcasted it on there. I couldn't quite hear exactly what it was, but it's okay. Thanks, John. Thanks for clarifying that. It's partially my. Yeah, it's partially my fault. It's partially my fault because I promoted a website that didn't exist. Well, it does exist, but
yeah, it does exist.
It's my fault. It is, yes. It's defunct. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But we got it sorted out now. Everything's good. Okay. We're live again. We're live. I don't know. Maybe they would. What do you think, Brian?
What's that?
What do you think? Old family stories? We could talk about old family stories or no? Yeah. The Oleynick name got changed about 5 times after we got off the boat into Canada. So there's a little bit of history for you, for the audience, because Oleynick has got a Y in it, and it's a silent Y. Yeah, so that's a little bit of history anyways behind my last name anyways. I don't know if the viewers are interested in that, but they might be. They might be.
I think we need to, for an upcoming show, I think we need to have both you and John on the show.
I think that's a good idea.
Right. Not many in Massachusetts. Okay. Nasza Juda. Daj Boże, John. Yeah, so it's been quite the hour. I got a chance to do some voiceovers, and I'm going to be doing some voice work for them. I'm going to be doing their intros and extras, it sounds like. Hopefully. Anyways, if they still let me do it when it's all said and done. Yeah, I do have a couple projects, just a few. Thank you.
All proud of you.
Thank you. Right on, man. Right on. Right on.
What else can we talk about?
How about those Jets? How about the Winnipeg Jets?
All this typing.
Right?
Probably one of the best hockey teams in America right now. And it's one of the best hockey teams in North America. Gorgeous summer is a huge
Like,
family town. Basically the Chicago of Canada.
Chicago of Canada, eh?
I can't hear John at all.
Yeah, I think you're right. Absolutely. Yeah. So they've been having some rough weather out there in Massachusetts. You guys had a storm out there in Winnipeg too, right?
You know, storms are relative. Unless it's at least 3 feet, it's just a minor flurry. We're used to it.
Yeah.
You know, people down east, Chicago and New York, they get a little bit of storm, they start crying like little babies. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah, I hear you. I guess we're used to living in almost igloos. Minus 40, minus 50 is the norm. Yeah, sometimes.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But Calgary, you've got the Canucks.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, absolutely. Calgary gets Chinooks. Are you familiar with Chinooks, Brian?
No. Nope.
Yeah, no, the Chinooks is when they come in after a big winter storm and it comes in and basically the weather changes overnight and it becomes like spring.
Oh.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just like summer and winter just within a span of a day.
I can give you the geography term, but
Oh yeah.
What is all this typing?
radio show do you
The acting stuff. Yeah, I stick to I'm not really a politic. I'm not really. I don't talk about politics really too much. Okay.
We don't either.
Okay, here's a Jack Nicholson. One more time. Jack is dead. You could call me Joker, and as you can see now, I'm a lot happier now. Okay.
That's good.
So that's my Jack Nicholson. Let me see. Richard Nixon. I am not a crook. I am not a crook. I am not a crook.
That's good. We got a question from our audience, Paul. How long does it take to fully record a book? And we have about 2 minutes left.
It is, yeah. It was, yeah. Yeah. Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live with special guest Mr. John Howden. Mr.
Oh boy. It is now 10:45.
I can't do Dan Aykroyd. I can't. I'd love to do Dan Aykroyd, but he's a hard character to do. Dan Aykroyd. I can do Bill Murray a little bit, but he's even tricky to do. Bill Murray is. Yeah, I think so. Bill. He likes baseball. He loves baseball. He loves the baseball. He came out to Winnipeg one time. Yeah. Bill Murray, very talented. I love him. Caddyshack, one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, I think I can. Let me just think about that one for a sec. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the Groundhog Day now. I'm thinking, don't drive angry. Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry.
Good night, Billy. Thanks for watching tonight.
I can't remember that one. Can't remember. Cough Syrup and Meg Ryan. What movie was it? I'm not sure.
Can he still hear us?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Paul? Paul, can you hear us?
Bill Murray's done amazing work. He's one of probably my favorite
us.
actors of all time is Bill Murray. How about you, Brian? Do you think Bill Murray is one of your favorites?
Bill Murray?
Yeah, Bill Murray. Is he one of your favorite actors?
Oh, you can hear me. I wouldn't say he's one of my favorites, no, but he's a good actor, yeah.
Brian's not sure.
Yeah, no, I grew up on Meatballs. I grew up on Caddyshack. I grew up on... Oh, yeah. Oh, you remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I can do something from there. You remember Cameron from... Yeah. Life moves pretty fast, but Cameron, his friend Cameron. Let me see if I can do Cameron. Rooney, pardon my French, but you're a chicken meister. Pardon my French. Rooney, by the way. Sorry. Thanks.
That's a good one. Now, Brian, how much more time
Sloan
do we have
Peterson.
left?
Hey, Sloan Peterson. Pardon my French, Sloan, but I need some Italian sausage right now.
We are, what? I don't know, 20 minutes over?
Yeah, I'll behave myself.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Dankeschön. Dankeschön, my darling, Dankeschön. Don't feel shame
Nancy.
for all those the other day. Thank you for all those wonderful things where you tore your dress. What a mess. How about the Crash Test Dummies? Once there was this kid, got up in a microwave and now he's dead. And when they finally found him, they found birthmarks all over his body. Couldn't quite explain it, they'd always just been there.
That was good.
Can you actually hear me, Sherry?
I can hear you.
Oh, you can.
Crash Test Dummies were huge. Crash Test Dummies. So was Corey Hart. You remember Corey Hart? Are you familiar with Corey Hart, Brian? Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it grows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never fell for Rudolph, joined him in the reindeer games. How about Neil Young? Let's do it. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were.
Oh,
He grew up in
Sherry.
Winnipeg.
Oh, God.
We're having fun here, aren't we, Brian, though?
Oh, yes.
Sherry, we're having fun. This is a lot of fun. I get to do a little bit of character voices. I get to do some impersonations. I get to do some singing for you in other people's voices. How about Frank Sinatra? Frank sings tunes that people like.
It's fun, yeah. We've
Frank
gone
Sinatra.
over our time by about 45 minutes, but we have about 5 minutes left of the show of what we can do here. So we're sorry to
Frank
cut you back a
Sinatra.
little short, but
Let me see if I can do a Frank for you. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can muster up Frank Sinatra.
I don't think you can.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I'm gonna be a part of it. New York, New York. I'm gonna wake up to a city that doesn't break or stink. Hey, number one, top of the heap. Hey, number one. Those city town blues. I'm leaving today. I'm gonna be a part of it.
Maybe
Thank
you should
you.
move to New York. There you go.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
I think I'm on mute.
That would have been nice. How about Elvis? Oh, baby, the big old E. Oh, baby. Oh, this is Elvis. Oh, baby. Let's sing one for you here. Let's sing one for you. Oh, I'm Fat Elvis. I'm Fat Elvis Presley.
boy.
I'm going to Graceland. I'm going to Graceland. I'm going to Graceland.
Paul, can you hear Sherry at all?
I can't hear Sherry. No, I can't hear her anymore. It's
Oh.
drowned out.
Oh,
What did
okay.
she say? What did she ask me, Brian?
She was just been saying that it's been going absolutely wonderful, and we've gone over like 30 minutes of our show. So, yeah,
Do you like? Are you enjoying the singing?
we're enjoying everyone because we've been sitting here and listening to it. So, yeah,
No, she does. She loves it. She loves it. It's all good. It's all good. It's just too bad I can't hear Sherry, but that's all right. She's still on the air, and that's all that matters.
But at any rate, the good thing is that you
Frank
can still
sings
hear me.
tunes that people like. Hang on a sec. Let me see if Elvis. Let me see. Okay. Who's suspicious? How about Bob Dylan? How about Bob Dylan?
I don't know about Dylan.
Bob Dylan. That dance with Mary Jane. What time to kill the pain? Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you.
Welcome to the Paul and Brian show.
I'm here. I don't know what happened to my mic, but I'm here.
Tom Petty singing with Bob Dylan. That would be insane. Let me see.
Oh my god!
I don't know what happened.
I don't
What
know
happened to
either.
my
Can you hear me?
What happened to my audio? I
Travel.
can hear you, Brian. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know what happened.
He just can't hear you. But he can hear me.
Bob Dylan.
I think he can hear me.
I can hear you. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
He can't. Why can't he hear me?
I'm just trying to think who I can do if I can do Bob Dylan.
But I know he can see me. He can still
Yeah,
see me.
I don't-
I think he can hear me. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Paul, can you hear me? I don't think he can hear me.
No, because he's.
Let him know we got 2 minutes left of the show. And I was very thankful to have him on for us. And we'll have to catch back up with him soon. Tell him right now.
Paul, can you hear me?
Ooh. I'm just trying to think. Going off my tangent here.
I don't think he can hear me either now.
Don't you forget about
And
me.
2 seconds away
No.
from accidentally hanging up on him.
Your troubles and doubts.
Hold up a sign.
You don't want to be
Support.
rude.
But our time is up.
I don't want to be rude, but my goodness.
Forget about
Hold up a
me.
sign. We wrapped it up.
Don't.
We love you, but you've gone over our time. Paul, we love you. Paul, can you hear me?
Oh, God.
You can hear me. Thanks, Billy. Thank
I'm
you so
writing a-
much for saying you can.
I'm writing a sign.
We're gonna let him know he's got 2 minutes left. This is horrible. He can't hear us. Brian, he can't hear you either.
I don't think he can hear me. Paul, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, it's true. I saw you there, and I saw you there, and I don't know what to do. You're beautiful, yeah, it's true.
Brian, I'm dying over here. That's great. He's very good. We got 2 minutes left, Brian. We need to somehow show.
I'm gonna accidentally hang up.
We have to write it
For
backwards,
you.
Brian, so we can read it.
Wow, we're going into overtime here.
Big time. Can you hear me? We've gone into overtime by an hour, buddy. Can you hear me?
Bieber. Oh, jeez. I can't do Justin Bieber. No, I can't do Justin
No,
Bieber.
don't do any Justin Bieber. Don't do any impressions.
He can't hear me. This is horrible. Brian.
This is my help letter. Help!
We got 2 minutes left in the show. Hang on a second. I want to do the Tom Jones for you. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes, it's true. You with your pussycat smile. You with your pussycat mouth.
Can you hear us now?
Bye, bye,
No.
bye,
Of
Delilah.
He's good.
Bye, 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 Delilah. Oh,
He'll just go
oh,
on
you
here.
break my heart. Oh,
Sherry.
you break my heart. Oh, Delilah.
Oh, I'm going to kill you, Sherry.
That's great. He's so good. Oh my god.
But what's funny
I wish
is,
I could-
what's funny is that he's going to play this back, and he's going to hear the point where we, unfortunately, he couldn't hear us talking. So,
I don't know. Did you like my Tom Jones?
I did like your Tom Jones, as long as you can
Yes.
hear me. Can you hear me?
I don't think he can hear us.
I don't think you can hear me anymore because he took the call. So I think the computer had he.
Let me see. I can't. No, hang on a sec. Let me see.
No, don't.
No sounds.
No, no, Paul. Hang
Oh my
up.
god, I can't take this. This is too funny.
Can you send him a personal message just letting him know that the computer, his phone call with John, had, if
Let
he
me
can,
think. Let me think.
Okay.
yeah, he can't hear us. So
I
that's
can do
that's
one
what's
more
happening.
beat here. Let me think. What it's gonna be.
The computer is taking John's call over ours. So
It's astounding.
I
Time
can't.
was fleeting.
It
Feel
is,
the time warp again.
yes,
It's
the
just a
time
jump to the
warp.
left.
It's
And a step to the right.
That's right.
Put your hands on your hips.
I said, Paul, we love you, but our time's
It's
up. I don't think you can
astounding.
hear us
Time
anymore.
was fleeting. Time was
I don't
moving.
think he's getting my messages
The show is
either.
almost over.
The show has been over
Let's do
30
the
minutes
time
ago, buddy.
warp again.
No time warp.
It's just
no
a
time
jump
warp.
to the left.
No.
And a step to the right.
No.
Put your hands on your hips.
No.
He's
He
not
can
paying
see
attention
me.
to his messages, but he's good.
What's funny
That's
is
funny.
he can see me. That's
Well, hold him aside. See, It shows up.
I love doing that voice from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, well, I'm so happy for you. Hang up with John. That's the problem. You need to hang
That's
up
what
with
you
John.
got
Other side, Brian.
to the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Paul, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Real
We
Piscopo.
really appreciate you joining us.
Do a Joe Piscopo. Piscopo doing Sinatra. I am black and you are white. You're as blind as a bat and I have sight. That's from the Saturday Night Live skit.
That is good. That sounded just like it did.
Why are you answering?
She's very good.
I can't hear you.
I don't know how he can do all these voices. They're great. He's just going. He's doing great.
Hang up with John. Hang up. Hang up.
Okay. I'm getting the sign I have to hang up on you, John, now. It's time to go. Okay, take care, man. Good talking to you. Thanks for calling in. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly clear.
So for the last 30 minutes, you were not able to hear me because I think what happened was John's call, if you answered through the computer or whatever, took over.
Yeah,
So
it took over.
you
Oh,
did
wow.
not hear the last 30 minutes of me and Sherry.
But you guys were clear on the air, though, right? You were still clear on the air, though, right?
And you, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so as long as we were clear on the air, that's all that mattered. I thought that it was still clear on the air. That's why I still went with the flow with it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, you did great. It was
Did you-
amazing.
Did you like some of my singing?
Yeah, no, you sound so close. Like I sat here and closed my eye listening, and I couldn't believe that's coming out of you.
That's the studio microphone that I have here.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. We're half an hour over, but we'd like to say thank you to all of our guests who have joined us and hung in here and listening to you. Everyone had a great time. A lot of them couldn't stop laughing because it's just so funny. But oh, I'm so sorry. I'm coughing because I was laughing so much. It's just a lot of fun, and thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
And we hope to
John,
have
for
you on
calling
again
in.
soon. Yeah.
Thanks,
And
John. Thanks,
Yeah,
John.
thanks, John, for calling in. Yeah, thanks for calling in. And I had a lot of fun with you guys. Thank you so much. It was an honor, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Oh,
Excellent.
totally.
Thank
Definitely.
you.
Definitely. Oh, yes,
Thank
indeed.
you so much. Right. Well, have yourself a wonderful night. Paul, keep in touch. I'll keep in touch with you as well, and hopefully we can do some voiceovers with you in the near future.
Yeah, I love to do them. I love to do them. It's no problem. I do them for you anytime.
And best of luck with all your new endeavors coming up for the future.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. If you're in our neck of the woods, get in touch with us, and we'd love to meet up and possibly meet you in person someday.
Yeah,
That'd
have
be
a turkey
awesome.
sandwich, eh? I'd like to have a turkey sandwich.
That's it. Excellent. Thank you, Paul. Have yourself a good night. And everyone, thank you so much for listening to the Brian and Sherry Show. We
Okay.
enjoyed you all joining us tonight. Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.